What about you?
What about you?
What about you? What about you? And LMB 150 the crew. What about you?
What's up? It's your boy Swag 9 Mil.
It's Nakai from Shibuya Tyson.com. We're doing an exclusive interview with Saycheese.com.
What's up, Shawn from Saycheese TV. Holla at me.
So you've been all over the place recently, man. What you got going on, man?
Man, I just been doing interviews, going crazy with the interviews. Just really trying to get exclusive content. Just going crazy, like for real, traveling, hitting these festivals. Although I really don't like festivals, you know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
Just staying in people's faces, whether if it's on Instagram, Twitter, in the streets, whether if it's merch, stickers, posters, you know what I'm saying? I'm just really just applying pressure and making sure everybody in every region knows who I am.
How long have you been filming?
Saycheese started around like 2011, but we wasn't blogging, and I was just going around getting like freestyles and like shit like that. Like it wasn't really like a blog. I really just started blogging like a year and a half ago.
Oh.
So like exclusive interviews probably like 3 years ago, 2 or 3 years ago.
How old are you?
I'm 25.
25?
Yeah.
So like you being so young and having an established website, like what ways did you choose to like make your website stick out more? Like
Man, just staying consistent. And one thing about me, from everybody else, if you go look at my Instagram or the Saycheese Instagram or the Saycheese Twitter, we're consistent. Every day you get up, you're gonna see a new artist. You're gonna see a new artist from a different area. He may be from Baltimore, it may be an artist from Chicago, it may be an artist from Philly, LA, and then we mix it in with news too, you know what I'm saying? So it's just not the same shit. And we don't just ride one region's wave because every region dies, you know what I'm saying? Every region has like East Coast, New York used to be the shit in 05 and 06 and you know what I'm saying, shit like that. But when that region is done, then what? If you just ride one region, then your site's gonna die too. So I try to just fuck with every region equally, you know what I'm saying, and stay on top of what's hot and give the people what they want, not going against the grain, you know what I'm saying? A lot of outlets, they like to go against the grain, you know what I'm saying, and try to fight against what people want. In this day and age, everybody's a rapper. A lot of people rap. You gotta give the fans what they want.
Right.
So I give the fans what they want.
So like in what ways you give the fans? Because we see you throw shows.
Yeah.
See you interviews.
Like
we see the social media. You know, like we see it like.
Like for example, like if somebody wants to eat a interview or 600 Breezy interview, I would risk my life to go to that hood to get the interview, you know what I'm saying? If somebody wants a Kodak Black concert or a Chief Keef concert, I'm gonna give them a concert. And that's how once you give the people what they want, they'll start depending on you and they'll ask you for more and more. If you keep delivering, you'll keep getting bigger and bigger and you'll become, I'm not gonna say a god to them, but you're gonna become that guy. You're gonna become that star player, that key player, that player that gives them what they need, you know what I'm saying? That how can I say it? Like shit, how, you know, World Star still popping, but at the end of the day, World Star had the fights, they had everything, you know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
They was that one-stop shop. You could go look at naked bitches, you can go look at fights, music, and that's what I try to do. But I don't wait till artists blow up, you know what I'm saying? I fuck with niggas from the rip, you know what I'm saying? So, you know, just giving people what they want on a consistent basis. Every day, not 2 days out of the week, 5 days out of the week, you're gonna see everything on Instagram, Twitter, Facebook, YouTube, everything.
Right.
So how would you get to meet these artists that's not so hot? Like, how can they reach out to you?
Shit, SaycheeseTV.com, Saycheese_TV on Instagram, Twitter, Shawn_Cotton. Shit, hit me up. You know, I watch a lot of people's shit. I really don't say nothing though, you know what I'm saying? Because I like to see how I like to see what people are going to do without you know, co-signing them, you know what I'm saying? Because without a co-sign, when artists get a co-sign, they stop working. They feel like that's it, you know what I'm saying? So, you know what I'm saying? I see everything in every city, and if I don't see it, one of the people that work for me, they gonna see it, and they gonna tell me about it. So social media is the key, you know what I'm saying? Reaching out to me on social media and applying pressure on your own, and then shit's gonna happen.
What was the latest festival that you got a chance to visit?
I went to A3C yesterday. It was cool. I mean, I really don't like festivals because I really don't like festivals because it be a whole bunch of fake shit going on. But for the most part, you know what I'm saying, I'm out here, you know what I'm saying?
So how was the festival? Did you get a chance to meet up with a lot of different artists?
Yeah, I did a whole bunch of interviews. I probably did I tried to do 27 interviews, but I probably did 11. You know what I'm saying? Because I was only out there for a day. But I met up with Hood Rich King, popular DJ out of Atlanta. I met up with Snap Dogg. I met up with a whole bunch of popping artists and you know the 22 Savage and the Main Music and Baton Rouge and a lot of artists, man. I met up with a lot of them, man. You know what I'm saying? We got a lot of exclusives coming.
Okay, that's good for the fans to look out for.
Sure.
So how do you go in your research of when you do your interviews?
I really just look at everything, the basics, the Instagram, the Twitter, you know, and to me, I don't even do my research really no more. I like to interview the artists, and they're gonna expose themselves. You know what I'm saying? So, for example, when I do an interview and I talk to a DJ Ken, and he tells me I didn't know English. You know what I'm saying? Then I can go in more on that and just, you know what I'm saying? I just add on to what he gives me. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
I do my research, but then at the end of the day, when they open up to me, then that's it, you know what I'm saying? We go from there. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
So which part of your work do you like more? The interviews or the traveling of the festivals and concerts? What's your enjoyment?
I like traveling, man, because I like food, and every city has a different popping restaurant, a different food.
Right.
But I like everything, man. I like the interviews. I like interacting with people. I like going to the hood and embracing them and get, because every hood is different. Although every hood think they're the most hood, is just different elements, you know what I'm saying? And I like the cultures, you know what I'm saying? Everybody dressed different, and you know, out here is the trues and the pelly coats and shit like that, and it's just totally different swags, you know what I'm saying? Everywhere I go, so. This depends. Sometimes I may go to Philly and I might not like it that day. But then some days I might go to Philly and that may be my favorite city, although I'm from there. So it just depends, man. But definitely traveling though. You get seeing the different bitches and man, the weather is different. Traveling. And not having to work a 9 to 5, being free. I never did this shit to make money. Although I'm good financially, but I did this shit for freedom, you know what I'm saying? I never wanted to work a 9 to 5, so you know that I can get up and travel when I want to and meet people and change people's lives and give people the opportunity to talk on this platform. That shit means more to me than money, because money can go, but you know what I'm saying? Me being free, that shit is just, that's for life, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah, can replace happiness.
For sure.
So what's some crazy stories you got traveling?
Well, shit, my first, cause I was based out of Dallas for a minute. My first interview, I didn't want to do celebrity interviews. I was so supportive to the city I was in, because the city was rocking with me so heavy. Atlantic Records had called me, and they had called me, this was 3 years ago, Atlantic Records called me and was like, we wanted you to interview Kevin Gates. And at the time, Kevin Gates was nobody. He just got out of jail. I didn't know who Kevin Gates was. So just to make a long story short, because I don't know how long we got, Atlantic Records set me up. You know what I'm saying? I interviewed Kevin Gates. I had asked him who inspired him more to rap, Boosie or Wayne. And then it's a long story. I interviewed him again. Atlantic Records called me back again 2 weeks later. They said, we want you to interview Kevin Gates. Again, I said, why? I just interviewed him. They was like, you must feel guilty. I said, nah. I just see the comments on the YouTube are all negative comments. So they just set me up, and I went back to do the interview again, and then Kevin Gates, he tried to sneak me. But it was weird. It's I can get more detail, but it's a long story.
Wait. So how did Atlanta, how you link up with Atlanta Records?
Because at the time I had Texas and Dallas on lock. So at the time, when you came through Texas, you had to get a Saycheese interview. That's how it was. But at the time, I was so fuck celebrities. I'm for the underground niggas. So I was like, fuck it, I'm gonna see what this dude Kevin Gates about. He not too big anyway, you know what I'm saying?
So you took him as a celebrity?
At that time, he was already signed, so yeah.
He was signed to
Atlantic. So I already put him in that celebrity bracket. Yeah.
So have you seen him since the last
Yeah, man.
What year was that?
2013.
2013?
Yeah. About to be 14.
So yeah, I think he was like, you could say he was not a celebrity, but he had that one mixtape out called Stronger something. I don't know what it's called, but it's the one with 5 a.m. 4 a.m. Yeah. So I think he was. You can't really. Some rappers be taking that little deal. They be taking that little money.
He wasn't that popular.
They asked Kodak. Atlanta asked Kodak to sign. You feel me?
Yeah.
Hey, you should. I'm just saying. Yeah. I just was wondering like, oh damn.
Yeah, no, it's cool. Yeah, but nah, he wasn't. I'm talking about he was doing free shows, like his shows, like he was doing a show in the city, and Dallas a pretty big concert market. It sell out. Everything in Dallas and Houston sell out.
Yeah, because I see Sosa be getting all the shows though.
Selling out every time. And it's just like shit. Kevin Gates at that time, he wasn't selling out shows. But yeah, he tried to sneak me. He was on lean. He missed. I've been in boxing. I'm not the stiffest. I'm not the toughest nigga in the world, but I've been in boxing before. I weaved it. Yeah, I weaved it, and he was on lean, so he's moving real slow. I weaved it, and then Atlantic Records, they kind of like tackled him, and then he's with the dude with one arm. I forgot his name. Bowie. There you go.
Yeah.
And they tried to get my camera and my phone, but I got up out of there. Yeah. And then and that was that. But that's what, because he went on Hot 97 and like all them big platforms talking about that. So that shit took my brain to the next level.
Nice.
Yeah.
So what happened when you met him?
We just walked past each other and shit like that. It was never just like when I see him, I'm gonna get him again. He getting too much money. I'm getting money. Like we black, like he Muslim now. You know what I'm saying? Per se, or Islamic or whatever.
Did y'all acknowledge each other like?
He told people that he wanted to work it out with me, like chop it over with me, but at the end of the day, the damage was done. Like, not that he hit me, because if he would have hit me, I would have sued him. Like, I'm a businessman at the end of the day. Okay. I'm not going, you hit me and you're a millionaire, I'm not going to try to go get revenge from you. I'm going to get everything in your pocket. You see what happened to the girl he kicked? She take him to court. So I would have did the same thing, but he didn't hit me, so it was like he helped my brand out, you know what I'm saying?
Damn.
Like, you know what I'm saying? So I'm not out here trying to kill niggas and all that. Like, I'm from the streets, but it's bigger than that. I got family, you know what I'm saying? I got a mom. Like, I don't want my mom to be working a 9 to 5 when she's 60. You know what I'm saying?
Right. So how did this all escalate? Like,
because I asked him who is he inspired to rap? Cause he's from Baton Rouge in New Orleans. So I asked him who is he more inspired by, Boosie or Wayne? This was when Boosie was locked up. He said, I'm not inspired by those rappers. I'm inspired by more street-oriented dudes. So people in Baton Rouge took that as he was disrespecting Boosie, because Boosie's really in the streets. Right. You know what I'm saying? So Kevin Gates goes back to Baton Rouge. They try to get at him. He's like, fuck that. I'm about to go get the nigga who shot the interview. You get what I'm saying?
So how do you feel about the hometown beef that's going on between the Meek Mills and
shit? Like I mean, man, like we was talking about earlier, like, man, it's he say, she say, like, it's Shawn Kingston and all that. I just really think that it's corny. Like, I wish rap beef was the way it was before that, you know what I'm saying, before social media, right. You know what I'm saying, but I mean, Game has an album coming out, he trying to sell his records, Meek Mill, you should, if a nigga don't got, if you can't call a nigga a rat if you don't have it on paper, you know what I'm saying, right. When you get what I'm trying to say, like when you can't say somebody ratted on somebody when it ain't no proof, like, right. You know what I'm saying? Like, I understand that, you know what I'm saying, it may add up and all that, but we gotta see the evidence, you know what I'm saying? Right. Especially in Philly, that's how they rock. I don't know how they rock everywhere else, but if somebody's a rat, you got the evidence, you got the paperwork, you know what I'm saying? So we didn't see no paperwork from Meek Mill, so I don't know, like, you know what I'm saying? I just feel like it's stupid for Philly niggas to let out of town niggas turn them against each other. Like when Drake and Meek Mill got into the beef, Meek Mill and AR-Ab started beefing. And then when this game and Meek Mill beef shit started happening, now Beanie Siegel and Meek Mill beefing. Why are y'all letting out of town niggas like take y'all out of y'all game? Like, right. Philly, that's just like somebody coming to Chicago and turning Chance the Rapper and Vic Mensa against each other. Like, nah, for what? Right. So it's just, to me, it's stupid. You know what I'm saying? Especially during the Black Lives Matter movement. You know what I'm saying? Like, why? You know what I'm saying? Yeah. Shit's stupid to me. I'm trying to get some paper. Like I'm saying, anybody that got a blog or anything and ask me for advice, I'm willing to help. Cause it's like I'm secure in myself. I'm confident in myself. I don't see nobody as a threat. I feel like each one teach one. You know what I'm saying? Right. So it's everybody here that think, I'm the only nigga that can eat. Like, nah. Like, why? It's 7 billion people in this world. Like, you know what I'm saying? Why only one person gotta eat? It ain't fun when one person only eating. when you got a Bentley and the rest of your niggas, they in the back following you in Camrys. That shit not fun. I want all my niggas to have Bentleys. You know what I'm saying?
We all want to eat.
Yeah, so I don't get that whole thing, man. I just try to stay out the way, man. And when I'm in the hood, I show love, I show the respect. But when I'm out of the hood, I'm grinding. So
you know, the way to have it, get that money.
Straight up, bro. Classic, man. I don't really even talk about the Kevin Gates shit because it's like I don't want that shit to come back up.
Yeah, I feel you know, because that took a lot of strength out of you. Because I get that a lot, far as that soon, you know. But like, man, Joe, when I get you shoot my interview, Joe, I'm finna keep this shit so 300, bro. It's gonna be like crazy, bro. Because I got a different lookout on that, bro. I ain't gonna lie, and that be because I'm in that situation,
right? And
I got a different lookout on that.
Right.
I don't think you go that way. On certain situations.
Yeah.
You said you was a businessman.
Right.
I understand that, but I don't think you just go off a situation. Because I'm in the streets of Chicago, bro.
Yeah.
And then you gotta think how the fire is for me, bro. To be around niggas every day.
Mm-hmm.
You hear me?
Yeah.
The fire. You feel me? Some niggas that really don't like Sosa. You hear me? That really like you. I'm gonna tell you on the interview. I'm just gonna like, you know what I'm gonna say, but like, you gotta go a certain way, bro. I feel like you gotta always be like, make moves when your heart's in it, bro. You gotta know that God got a plan for you, no matter what your situation may be, bro. You gotta like, you feel me? Like, I still dream big, bro. I've been through a lot of my life, bro. At 21, bro, I be dreaming big as hell, bro. Cause I be trying to figure out what it is I'm here for and what I need to do.
Right.
You feel me? So, you know, I'm not a person that like to work a 9 to 5, but I see myself every day on a Twitter meme. I see myself every day on YouTube. I see myself every day on Facebook. I be seeing myself everywhere, boy. And I be stuck because the whole world know me, bro. It ain't even about the intro. No, it ain't about the song, which Chief Keef, and it's about what I did.
Right.